Hello you guys and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about my 4th year of university, which was just this past year. I have made videos on my 1st, 2nd, and 3rd year of university already, so I will link them down below if I can remember. And so this is going to be all about my 4th year, which was just last year. And so yeah, let's just go right into this video. So I will link hopefully I will link the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd years down below, those story times. Watch them before you watch this video. It'll make a lot more sense of what I'm saying because sometimes I do reference my past experiences. So my 4th year was just this past year. I started it in 2018 fall. I started it in September 2018 and ended it just yesterday. Actually, I took spring and summer classes for the first time, so I did just end my school year yesterday, and thankfully I have 2 weeks off before my 5th year starts. Praise the Lord. But I still went to the same city and the same university that I did for my 3rd year, which, if you guys haven't watched those past videos, my 3rd year of university was my 3rd school, so I did stick with my 3rd school. So I am still in the same city and the same university. School is 2 hours away from my hometown, so it is just a quick short drive home, which right after I film this video I am heading home, so that is why I'm talking a little bit fast. But it's just 2 hours to drive home. This year I did not live on campus. I am so thankful that I am able to be in my own apartment off campus living by myself. I will link my terrible roommate story down below because I did not want to go back to residence. The residence as a whole wasn't bad, it was just this one roommate, but I didn't want to risk getting another roommate like her. So this year I did live in my apartment by myself, and I really like it. Decorate it the way I want, furniture, everything like that is like the way I want, so it's like an ideal situation for me. My apartment is a 20-minute bus ride or a 10-minute drive to the school. The only downfall with that is on the way home from school, I have 2 buses, and the second bus is usually gone by the time my first bus gets there because the first bus tends to be late. Other than that, the busing is not an issue, other than it ends at 6 p.m. So when I have night classes, I have to come home and then drive back to school and pay for parking, which is pain, but it is what it is. I don't mind driving. I enjoy driving, actually. It's just paying for parking when I am forced to pay for a bus pass and the bus doesn't run all day, all night. So other than that, busing is fine. I don't mind the bus. And yeah, so it's an ideal situation. My apartment is, like I said, 20-minute bus ride away, but I don't mind driving. I don't mind riding in the bus, so that's not a problem for me. This is the first year that I actually stuck to my degree plan, so I am currently taking a major of sociology with a minor of psychology, so I'm hoping to convocate in June, but that is still what I'm working towards. So a major of sociology, a minor of psychology. In the first semester, I did actually make a friend in one of my classes. We later found out, after like 2 weeks, we found out we were in 2 of the same classes, so we sat together for every class in those 2 classes. After first semester, we didn't talk. During first semester, we didn't hang out after school, so it was just during classes. But I did make a friend, so that was a little perk. We follow each other on social media. There's no bad blood or anything like that. We just never hung out outside of school, and we never talked we never talked after that semester, but I still made a friend, guys. Kudos to me. Other than her though, I still haven't made any friends, which is kind of a bummer because that's what university is all about, but it is what it is. This year, one of my best friends actually moved to the same city for her schooling. She decided she was going to Alberta for school, and she decided to switch her degree, and so now she lives in the same city as me, so that is amazing. So this year is actually the year I went out the most. I probably went out 6 or 7 times within the 8 months, which isn't a lot to some people, but compared to the past years, it is a lot. So me and my one friend went out 6 or 7 times. She went out a little bit more than I did because she does have more friends, and she has friends from her school and whatever else. We go to two separate schools, but 6 or 7 times, and you know, it was really really fun most nights. There is one night that maybe an upcoming story time about, because we were both so mad. We got kicked out of a taxi, and yeah, we were so mad that night. But overall, every night we went out was very very fun. And so yeah, having her in the city was just a bonus perk this year and really made the year better for me. Me and another good friend went to a movie basically once a week. Like, I kid you not, sometimes there were weeks where we went twice. So this year I was just out more. I was hanging out with more people, well, not more people, hanging out more with my friends and hanging out and like just leaving my apartment more and having more of a social life. I had more of a social life this year than any other year, so that was always fun. Academic wise, this was probably my best year of university yet. My grades were higher than the past year. That was all good. I will say, in my spring semester, I made a formal complaint about one of my professors because it was an online class and she was absolutely terrible. But other than that, I had good teachers. I had good experiences. Actually, there was one other teacher that was absolute trash, but yeah. So other than that, teachers were okay. Classes were okay. I still hate school. Don't get me wrong. I say this in every video. I do not like school, but this was probably the best academic year yet. I wasn't homesick at all this year. Only being 2 hours away from home, I think it's comforting to know that I can drive home whenever I want to. But I only did go home for long weekends and holidays and school breaks. So other than that, I stayed in the city majority of the time. I also took, like I mentioned, spring and summer courses for the first time. If you guys want a whole video on what those are like and the differences between spring and summer and fall and winter, let me know, because there are a lot of differences. But in May, I had an in-class class. In June, I had an in-class class, 2 separate classes, so there's 2 classes. And then July and August were a 6-week online course. I took 2 of them. Like I mentioned, one of them I made a formal complaint about the professor because it was a terrible course. Like, very little effort was put into that course. But other than that, they went good. Like, I have the 2 of the spring and have both my spring classes back, and I did good in the classes. And then I just wrote my finals for my summer classes yesterday and then the day before. It was kind of like a different experience to take spring and summer classes because I've never done that before. I always worked through the summer, but I just want to be done school that much quicker. So I did take 4 classes this summer, and honestly, it wasn't that terrible. I went home every weekend, July and August, and I'm going home for 2 weeks before fall semester starts, so that is good. Saying that, spring and summer classes were very, very different than what I was used to. So if you guys do want a video about spring and summer classes and the differences, then let me know, because it was kind of eye-opening for me. It was kind of shocking a little bit. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to see a video like that. But that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.